far from climbing the mountain, and you knew damn well this would happen. I am not your toy or distraction. I am not your Jasmine.
So this video, I'll multitask it. This video is a vlog. I'm going to start doing Facebook vlogs because YouTube is just out of style right now. So we'll get started on what happened since December 2015 was my last Saturn vlog, and I had just met somebody I could work for involving astrology, and I moved out there with this astrologer, and I also found love there too. And things got so shaken up. Like, I went through so much. I broke my heart's boundaries to accommodate other people because I felt like I was living this new life. I'm an Alabama boy. I'm a Southern boy. You know, I'm not a city boy. And everyone's told me my whole life, my family, you were supposed to be born in the city. You're not a country boy. And I've always known that. So I thought this was my chance. And I moved out there and everything went well. It was very hectic, very chaotic. Like, you had to be on your game every day. I was working out every day. I had a personal trainer every day. I had somebody that I loved very much. I had a wonderful boss that was always considerate to what position in his line of work fit me best. So he always looked out for me. And throughout the year, things got really weird. Now, keep in mind, this is Saturn transiting the 12th house. So all these past life things kept coming up. Like, I was a queen in a past life, and my mother was a king in a past life. I come from a line of royalty, and in this life, I'm supposed to humble myself. I think everybody in the astrology community, everybody in the spiritual community, I honestly have this theory that God said all the kings and queens of the old worlds should come together in the new age to lead people, not as kings and queens in the Game of Thrones type of era, but lead people in a new age, astrological, spiritual. This is the age we're coming into. We're coming into the age of spiritual information of Aquarius. I think everybody in the astrology community, whether we like each other or not, and I could give two shits about some of you, but we're all important in this circle. And I've realized that in the past year. I've realized a lot about myself in the past year. I've realized that I'm kind of like the black sheep astrologer. I'm not even really an astrologer. I am an astrologer, but I'll be your astrologer when I feel like I want to be your astrologer. That's why I do tarot, because tarot speaks to me better. Now, the last year, I'm not going to go too much into detail, but I almost lost my lover. That was very traumatizing. I had to move away to Arkansas and with a friend who I thought was a friend, and he turned out to be a psycho. This was Halloween of last year, and I was going psychotic, and I checked myself into a mental ward for a week, only for them to tell me that my health, they gave me a chronic illness that's very serious while I'm in a mental ward. So you can imagine. This was in November of last year. Oh my God, it still like kind of makes me, but I got out of there. I moved to Texas with my brother and his wife. They supported me for a while until I just could not stand this bitch ass Capricorn woman my brother married. Like, Hell nah. I let her know the business before I left too. Once I leave Texas, oh, and I stayed with Penny for a while. Penny, the astrologer. I stayed with her for a while, and we tried to work things out there, but things were just not going in my direction in any place I went to. So, went to Penny's, then went to my brother's, and then moved back home because my mama said, baby, just come back home. And I said, okay, because this is just too overwhelming. I wouldn't wish these kind of experiences, I wouldn't wish those on my worst enemy. I am not trying to throw a pity party here, but I went through some shit. And I was just like at a point where I didn't even think my life mattered. I just wanted it to be over. I wanted to cross over and reincarnate. And I was very, very dedicated to that idea. And I was even praying to Archangel Azrael just to take me. But I moved back home to Alabama with my mother. And as soon as I moved back, she was in a rough spot herself. But as soon as I moved back, this miracle came. This is when Venus retrograde started. She met her soulmate. And we have moved to an area that I will not disclose. And we're pretty happy. Everything's going really good at this point. I am very shaken up from the trauma of the past year, but I see a light at the end of the tunnel, and I have my own crib now. This is my room. I'm going to get to your questions, y'all. But yeah, this is my room. God has brought me to a safe spot, my safe haven. And I have my rocks that Heart Market sent me. I got my Archangel sprays. I've got my Ascended Masters deck. And I have my tarot cards. This is all I need. I make enough money doing this because people believe in me, people trust me, and people love me. And I take pride in that because I know I am not insecure with my readings. And I am so appreciative of everybody whose guides gets it and gets me. And I'm so grateful for the readings I've been able to sell lately because I have not been working for a corporate job. Okay, so let's get to some questions. I'm sorry if this Saturn vlog is kind of weird, but I'm trying to respect everyone's privacy because there's a lot more to the story that you will not know about. Okay, is it possible I was a king or queen in a past life? I know I was a Native American chief a couple of lifetimes ago. I don't know. I can pull a card for you though. And I'll go ahead and tell you I've been a queen. And I've also been a Native American princess. If you haven't noticed, I have a lot of feminine past lives. I have mastered the feminine past life. I love you too, Cannon. And I'm going to get to your question. All right, Rachel, I'm going to pull an oracle card for you, and it's just going to be like a one-liner. So the card that you got, Rachel, pay attention to the spiritual law of attraction. Can you pull a card for the viewers, the general energy to pay attention to? I did that today, y'all. Got King Solomon. This was supposed to be about me, okay? This is my vlog. I'm kidding with y'all. Y'all know I'm a Leo. I'll go ahead and move on to Mealy. I also wonder if I had royalty. Oh, Lord, these are very deep questions. As far as royalty goes in past lives, I can't tell you that. You're gonna have to purchase a reading from me. That's not something you're gonna get from an oracle card, because royalty really isn't anything. Mealy. I can't answer your question, but I pulled a card for you. Find the blessings in your current situation, says Krishna. Wow, got a nervous feeling about that. Well, maybe you should focus on that, Rachel. I'll pull one more card for somebody, but then I gotta end this video because this video is supposed to be a vlog. Good to see you, Chris. Kinda weird you showed up. Just had a CD that you gave to Janelle. She downloaded or whatever, but just want to say good to see you and hope you're doing well. Thank you, Ronald. I really miss Janelle and I think about her a lot. So thank you for commenting. Hello. Pull a card for me, says Kevin Kelper. Alright, Kevin Kelper. Here's your card. You got Jesus. Open your heart to love, my friend. Open your heart to love. Oh, thank you, Sarah. I would like to think so. Talk, sing, vlog. I'm not singing. I already sang for y'all tonight. If y'all want me to go hear it, it's on the page. What is a vlog? It's a vlog, Mealy. It's a video journal. I'm so glad you're reconnected after a very tough year. Thank you, Mealy. I am too. What are your dreams for this year? My dreams for this year are to accumulate abundance. And I'm so happy you asked me that question, Mealy, because that's been one of my main concerns. Manifesting where I'm going and where my path is going. I'm so good at all this. I'm not meant to work for a corporation. I'm not going to get into any of that because this could... Psychic cutoff. I have a stellium and Cancer. I'm sorry. Things are getting better for Leo. Yes, they are. The North Node is fixing to be there. The North Node is not in Leo yet. It will be there in a minute, but it's not there yet. I would love a card pulled. Claudia would love a card pulled. So we're going to pull a card for Claudia. Okay, so Claudia, purification is what you need. You need purification of your spirit. Aura is yellow, orange, fitting of a Leo. You are creative. I think that's just the color of the room and the lights, but you might be right. I am creative, thank you. I can't read auras. The last aura picture I have got taken was last year in January at the expo, which Sarah was at. In the picture, I had red all around me. So, yeah, the lady told me I was a horny little bastard, but I was like, I have like the worst sex life ever, please. That's not what that means. It means you're passionate. I don't know what my aura is right now. It's orange right now. I remember that. Oh, that makes me happy, Rachel, because I was so jealous of Chris Witecki's beautiful orange aura last year in his picture, and I was like, oh. Yeah, the yellow, yes. I did have some angel weaving an angel weaving service done upon me about a week ago, and it surrounded me with yellow. So that's interesting you said the yellow is there. I figured it was gone, and I know that's emotion. And when it surrounded me, it made me break down into tears. Yeah, my aura is different. Everything about me is different. I'm transiting. So, anyways, it was really great talking to you guys, but I think I need to go now. I love you. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. And I hope to make this a regular thing until my Saturn return is over. I want to continue my vlogs on Facebook. So, peace out, everybody. I love you all. And stay in your heart as will I.